Good morning.
Good morning,
Morning.
Sheila.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Sheila.
Thank you all for being here. I think we're going to give it a few more minutes for more people to join and then we can start. I think in the next 5 to 7 minutes.
Robert, Yasmin, Sheila, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Good. I said good morning to Cliff and Beatrice earlier, so yeah.
Maybe as we are waiting, I just also want to let you know that we are streaming this live on YouTube.
I think we can start now. Kindly confirm if you can all hear me with a thumbs up. Right. A good morning to everyone, and thank you all for taking time to be here today to the launch of the Uganda DNS Academy, which is a program by the Uganda DNS Forum. We are live both on Zoom and on YouTube. And we're excited to have you with us today as we continue conversations around the domain name system and its importance to Uganda's internet ecosystem. This session is part of the Uganda DNS Forum's ongoing efforts to build local and technical capacity, awareness, and youth engagement around DNS and internet governance as a whole. If you have any questions, you can either raise your hand or drop them in the chat, as they will be addressed when the time comes. And then we'll also have a dedicated Q&A segment where your questions will be addressed and all participation and engagement is welcome. So onto the program, we have the welcome remarks, which have been done. And then we have a keynote address with the title Education as the Foundation of a Secure and Inclusive Internet. And then we'll have the academy overview, which is objectives, the structure and delivery model of the content. And then we will introduce the policy fellows. And then we have any other business. And I would also like to welcome the convener, Cliff Agaba Mutegeki, to say something before we go into the keynote address. Cliff, are you on?
Yes, Sheila, I'm on. And
Right, the floor is yours.
all right, thank you so much, Sheila, and good morning, everyone. On behalf of the Uganda DNS Forum, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the DNS Academy live launch webinar and inaugural webinar for the policy fellows. And we are delighted to have you join us also live on YouTube today as we officially kick off an exciting new chapter for the DNS capacity building, policy engagement, and technical skills development. This is an outcome of the inaugural DNS forum that we hosted last year in 2025 at the Uganda Communications Commission. So it's my great and distinct honor to have this kick starting off today. Now, just so you know, the DNS Academy was created to respond to a growing need, the need for deeper understanding, local expertise, and inclusive participation in the domain name system and the broader internet infrastructure ecosystem as well. And as the internet continues to underpin our economies, governance systems, and everyday lives, building local capacity in DNS is no longer optional, it is essential. Today's webinar brings together a distinguished keynote speaker, and we have you, the fellows, and this session is both a launch and a conversation and an opportunity to share why the DNS Academy matters and what it seeks to achieve and how fellows and partners will continue to shape a secure, resilient, and inclusive internet. Now, the Academy is structured around multiple tracks, including a policy track, which you are part of, and a technical track. And all of these reflect the multidisciplinary nature of the DNS ecosystem. And through the DNS Academy, we aim to support learning, collaboration, and practical engagement, particularly within Uganda and the wider region. Thank you so much, and over to you, Sheila. Sheila, over to you.
Thank you so much, Cliff, for that. And I think right now we can invite our keynote speaker. Is he on?
I just checked and noticed our keynote speaker is not yet on, but I suggest as I'm following up on him, we can go ahead to the next segment of the session and we can have him speak towards the end.
Okay, next on the program, while we get back to the keynote speaker, Dr. Akimbo, we shall jump right ahead to the DNS Academy overview that entails the objectives, structure and delivery model, and it's going to be led by Robert Tuhaise. Robert, can you hear me? Are you on?
Yes, Sheila, I'm here. I can hear you very well. Thank you.
All right, over to you.
Okay. Kindly confirm if you're able to see the slides.
Yes, we can see your screen. We can see the slides.
Okay, thank you so much, Sheila. Good morning, participants. Most especially, let me start with the convener, Cliff. Thank you for organizing this. Our keynote speaker, who is not yet here, when he comes, shall recognize him, and we thank him for dedicating the time. So again, in a very special way, I want to thank you, Cliff, for giving me this opportunity to take lead of this DNS Academy. My name is Robert Tuhaise. I stay and work here in Uganda. I'm a member of Internet Society Uganda chapter, and I've been engaged in the community, but also been with ICANN as a fellow, and I'm happy to also lead in this academy. That is, of course, a brainchild of the DNS forum. So, providing some background, the domain name system, as we all know, is a very critical component of the internet. Of course, without the DNS, you can't have the internet. Yeah, and as for Uganda's digital economy, as it grows, there's a pressing need to strengthen local capacity in DNS management, security, and innovation. If you look at the space, the DNS space, the ecosystem, our capacity really is very minimal. Our participation is very minimal. So we're trying to build capacity, and that's the very purpose of this DNS Academy. So the Uganda DNS Forum has identified significant gaps in technical skills, in policy understanding, in DNS security awareness among key stakeholders. So to address those challenges, the forum established a DNS Academy to build capacity, to promote DNS knowledge, and support a secure, resilient, and inclusive internet society for Uganda, inclusive internet for Uganda. But like I've already mentioned, that globally, our participation is really low in policy, in technical contributions. So this DNS Academy comes to bridge the gap. The goals and objectives of the Academy is to build a national capacity and enhance knowledge, skills, and awareness around DNS security. And so want to build capacity, want to build a pool of people who are able to, who have the knowledge, the skills, and the awareness around the DNS and everything about the DNS. The objectives would be to deliver structured training and certification programs on DNS, DNSSEC, and internet infrastructure, promote local research and innovation, raise awareness on DNS security and resilience, foster collaboration across sectors, support the national ICT and digital transformation strategies and agendas. The target audience is quite really a big audience, looking at university students and ICT educators. Myself, I work in a university, so I will be able to support the DNS forum in whatever I want to reach out to the university students, especially network engineers and system administrators, domain registrars and resellers, government and regulatory agencies, private sector ICT departments, civil society and internet governance, domain name owners. And so it's basically we have packages that are really supporting all these categories of people. The learning tracks, basically we're starting with 2 learning tracks. The policy track, which will focus on governance, on policy and strategic dimensions of DNS and the internet. Learning will be delivered through a blended model. Okay. Blended, of course, means components of the training will be done online. Yeah. And also we do not want to duplicate effort, because we know ICANN Learn, ISOC Learning, they already have online courses. So we shall have our participants enroll in those courses. And then we shall have facilitated discussions and reading groups. We shall have expert-led masterclasses and policy dialogues, case studies drawn from Uganda and the region. So once you have all this, then you finish. So what you shall do is to identify, because when you go on ICANN Learn and ISOC Learn, you'll find quite a number of courses. So our role will be to identify which courses you should take, for example, for the policy track. Okay. And then we shall facilitate so once you've done the courses on ICANN Learn or ISOC Learn for the policy track that we will have identified, then we shall have those discussions and reading groups online. Then we shall have a masterclass and dialogues, and then a case study. And once you're done with this, then you will have finished the whole package. And it's what it looks like. So you have the foundation, those courses, the foundation courses on ISOC and ICANN Learn courses. If you find time, I don't know if any one of you has, there are quite a number of courses on ICANN, on ISOC Learn. So you'll take about 1 to 3 months to go through those courses that we shall point to you. Then, of course, also that includes local DNS basics and ICANN overview, and also preparing for an ICANN community forum. So we also encourage our fellows to attend those the forums. We may not have physical attendance. We'll encourage you to attend online if you are able to do that. Then module 2, stakeholder and policy onboarding. This will take from 4 months to about 6. So here we'll take ICANN stakeholder courses, Uganda policy issues and advocacy, and maybe attend an ICANN meeting. Again, these ICANN meetings happen, I think, 3 times a year. Cliff, you'll correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they happen 3 times a year. So our fellows will encourage you to attend, and you don't have to be there physically. You can attend online. And then module 3, policy development and applied learning. from month 7 to 9. Here again, you take some ICANN courses, policy simulation and drafting, and then you also participate in ICANN policy forum. Then for module 4, it's leadership and capstone project. So it's where you do a project that combines local context, but also be able to bring it local in a kind of a local context. And then also encourage you to attend an ICANN annual general meeting. So there you would have completed the policy track, the fellows. Okay. Then for the technical track, it will focus on operational security and infrastructure aspects of DNS. Here, delivery will also include the same process as we've seen for the previous one. You'll have those technical courses that we're going to pick from ICANN Learn and ISOC Learning, and even Afrinic. Even Afrinic has, if you go to Afrinic, they also have a range of courses on IP management, on IP version 6, who is, there are quite a number of courses, very interesting, routing, for those of you who may be interested in, if you're working in the telco or you're technical, you'll find quite a number of courses on Afrinic Learn as well. Hands-on labs and guided practical sessions. Of course, again, these for example, look at Afrinic and ICANN. They already have these labs already, so you need to go through the labs. Then expert-led technical master classes, which we shall organize. And then also we shall ask you to demonstrate using local and regional infrastructure. This is like the project, the end of project. Yeah, I think that's it for now. We shall take questions later, be guided by Sheila. In your free time, look at the forum. I mean, look at the web address, academy.dnsforum.ug. And also, you can also look at the DNS Forum website, which is dnsforum.ug. I beg to end here for now. I'll come back in for any questions that may arise if I have a chance to take those questions. Thank you, Sheila. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Robert, for your presentation. If anyone has any questions, you can raise your hand or put them in the chat. But for now, what I can ask is, what is the plan to demystify, the entire ecosystem to make people understand that it affects the very ordinary person, not just policy or technical people? I don't know if you understand my question.
And it's fine. Okay, so yeah, so the when you look at the internet, it's for everyone, and so I think even in our trainings, actually when you look at even those courses on ICANN, on Afrinic, especially on ICANN, they're quite very simple courses. Some of them, even you find some courses that are like 5 hours. And you'll find topics like what is the internet? You get it. How the internet is structured, These are very simple courses that everyone would be interested in. So though for now, our focus is on policy and technical, but for the larger and wider internet community that may not be catered for in those tracks. We're actually able to support them to get those courses that will introduce them to what the internet is, how they can use the internet, um, how the internet is structured, their role to make the internet safe. I mean, there are quite a number of courses that we can have for that wider community that may not necessarily be involved in technical policy development.
Thank you so much, Robert. I think I speak for everyone when I say that you gave a very insightful presentation and you broke down literally the entire purpose of the academy and the contents of the program and timelines and activities involved and what is required of the participants. Thank you. And with that, I would like to introduce the policy. Okay, there are two tracks in this program. There's the technical track and the policy track, just like Robert said. So according to the program rollout, we are starting with the policy fellows. These are the people that are going to benefit from this program as far as policy is concerned. And I think they're all online. So for the policy fellows, we have Beatrice Kayaga, Raymond Amompire, Yasmin Ahmed, and David Iribagiza. Kindly confirm if you're all online. Right, that's amazing. These are people with an extinguished line of work in all of their careers. And I think I'm going to give them 3 minutes each to introduce themselves, starting with Raymond Amompire.
Yes, thank you so much, Sheila. Thank you to the DNS Forum, our keynote speaker, for convening and bringing us thus far. My name is Raymond Amumpire. Raymond Bugembe Amumpire. I'm a Ugandan lawyer. Also doing work at the intersection of the law, technology, but also human rights. I'm glad to be here and hope to learn so much in the domain name system, the meaningful work the DNS Forum is doing over the next 12 months from instructors and cohort colleagues. Thank you.
Raymond, allow me ask, what do you think that you're going to benefit the most from this program, and how is it going to directly contribute to your line of work?
Yes, thank you so much. So I hope to learn more about what the DNS is. So I've been interacting with DNS throughout my work in the academia, but also as a policy advocate. But the grounding of what DNS, the DNS is, or the DN system is, has been lacking in a material particular. I've also been seeing ICANN do a lot of talk, a lot of research around DNS. I'm actually informed that they are the custodians or overseers of what we know as the DNS. And I stand corrected at this point. But I hope to learn more about that and then transfer this to, the work that I'm doing. So when it comes to advocating for sound policies and discussing issues of internet governance, I should be able now to blend in issues of DNS and the internet infrastructure as it is for the whole of Uganda. Oh, and also something to do with the security of this internet infrastructure when it comes to aspects of like DNS security and so on. I hope to bring that into my work so that I'm not just talking about rights, but I actually know what's going on, what the infrastructure that is the internet is made of, and what supports it, what the backbone is, and how we can make policies that actually, support it. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Raymond. That is actually very wholesome to hear. And for what I would advise you for purposes of learning more about what ICANN does, I have put the meeting dates and locations in the meeting chat room, so you can also attend remotely. You can pick out the things that resonate the most with you and your work to learn more about ICANN and what it does, and also to help you in your journey with the DNS Academy. Thank you so much, Raymond. We are very glad to have you. And next, I'd like to welcome Beatrice Kayaga. Beatrice, are you there?
Oh, yes, I'm here. Good morning, everyone, once again. My name is Kaga Beatrice. I am a lawyer working at the intersection of law, technology, and human rights. And I am also the founder and executive director at Femtech Law Initiative, an institution that was founded to bridge the gap between law, policy, innovation within the digital spaces, because at the end of it all, we realize that technology moves at a faster pace rather compared to tech. So how do we subvert the harms that are caused by technology? And so that is the reason as to why we exist as an institution. And in my other work, I am an advisor at Internet Society Uganda chapter, where I am equally a member. So I am generally excited to be a fellow under the DNS Forum Uganda. Thank you, Cliff, for organizing such an important space for us to be able to engage. What do I look forward to, and how am I going to use the knowledge that I've learned from this space is that the information that I would have learned is that we're going to use it for advocacy. We can't advocate unless we have the knowledge. So I am eager to learn and unlearn what I think I know about the internet ecosystem and everything since I've been at Internet Society. So I am just eager to add more onto what I know, but then also use it for advocacy. Not only advocacy, if we are to go before courts of law, I'm so sure this information will equally be used to not only educate ourselves, but also educate the judges on such issues, because there is still a big gap within the judiciary. And yeah, so that is basically what I hope to use, whatever I learned from this course in the long run. So thank you.
Thank you, Beatrice, for that. And then, from the fact that you have such a huge, you have a lot of experience as far as policy is concerned and, the law, is there anything that you hope to inform or address during the course of your fellowship? Because learning is a two-way road. Yes, you're going to learn something, but then you also, would also want to get a few things from you that better inform our work in DNS advocacy and capacity building. Yeah.
Thank you, Sheila, for that. Initially, during my work at the Internet Society, I was able, and the team that we're working with at that time, were able to come up with to formalize the ever first parliamentary internet governance forum. So I believe that whatever information that I would have acquired from here, I'd use it to engage the same forum in order to push for policy within the parliament itself. Because when we were forming the Uganda Parliamentary Internet Governance Forum, what we had in mind was the fact that policymakers, especially the MPs, also the councillors, are people who are the final people actually who push for the law, and most of them, they have this knowledge gap when it comes to issues to do with the internet. They themselves indicated that, like, you guys, we lack this kind of information. So I hope to take advantage of that forum that I participated in the formation, whose formation I participated in, to be able to pass on this kind of information, but also to support them when it comes for policy making, as well as ensuring that they are passing laws that are not only intersectional, but laws that speak to the lived realities of the people in Uganda, rather than copying and pasting information from different continents and bringing it to Uganda. We are at a stage where we are not as technologically advanced as some institutions or other states. So for me, that is where I believe that I could work more as an individual who is now under a Femtech Law Initiative. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Beatrice. I'm so excited. We are excited to have you, and I'm actually excited on your behalf to to be a part of the DNS Academy in the policy track. Thank you once again. And next, I'd like to welcome Yasmin Ahmed.
Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Cliff, for organizing this, the DNS forum. And I find it very interesting to speak after Raymond and Bitches, because I feel like we are sharing the same mind when it comes to the academy and what we intend to do. And well, to introduce myself, I am Yasmin Ahmed, and I am a lawyer. Like Beatrice, I'm one of the founders of Femtech Law Initiative, and I currently act as Director of Programs. I have done some work in training of in children, as well as women human rights defenders, in internet governance, as well as online safety and security. And honestly, I feel like this is a very interesting opportunity for me to learn even more, especially as a person who is usually training others, because this helps to improve my knowledge base, which at the end of the day I can trickle down to end users, and basically improve and reduce the knowledge gap when it comes to what the internet is, how it operates, the DNS. Because if people do not know what it is, then no matter how much you try to govern it, they may not be able to benefit from this. So I am truly grateful and honored to be part of the Academy.
Thank you, Yasmin. We're glad to have you as well. But I'm going to pose the same question to you that I posed to Beatrice earlier, because knowing and following the work that the both of you do on a personal level, I know that there's also a lot that you can contribute to your academy, that you can advise, be it to be a part of your learning content or just points to keep with, because you guys work with people here. You work with people and advocacy, so you are better informed on how best to make this knowledge stick or to make people understand this. So how would you advise, or what would you advise to the academy during the course of your fellowship?
Thank you for that. When it comes to educating end users and like say, the one thing I can advise is to make the content as easy to understand as possible. Okay, because the problem with a lot of you know internet governance or online technical terms, they are usually very heavy and complex, and you have to break it down when you're teaching people, when you're trying to pass on this information. You have to make it something that they can understand. If you keep the technical terms very difficult, they won't be able to keep up, so they won't be able to follow with what you're trying to teach. So for me, it would be that: make it simple and easy to understand, and make it user friendly, make it accessible, because I like to be inclusive, so accessibility is important for persons with disabilities. So yeah, for me, it is that if you're going to educate people, make it such that they can understand the content that you're trying to put out there, and make it readily available. As to the audience, it's all about collaboration. Anybody who has had to work within the internet governance space understands multi-stakeholderism, collaboration. So you cannot do anything alone. It's important to, collaborate with other stakeholders such that you have access to their people, to their spaces, which will enrich the academy, but also enrich the people in those spaces as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yasmin. We are super excited to have you on board. And lastly, I'd like to invite David. David, can you hear me? Are you on the call?
Yes, I can hear you.
Right, you're welcome. The floor is yours. Tell us about yourself, the work you do, and what being a part of the academy, the first cohort, means to you.
Yes, thank you so much, Sheila. My name is David Iribagiza, and I do work with Women of Uganda Network, an NGO that just basically interests itself in understanding how gender and technology intertwine with each other, which I believe, again, also stands at the core of what this DNS academy could help me, get to understand even much more and much better, because one of the key promises that the academy did promise to us is that we shall, of course, witness a bit of development when it comes to development in practical skills in policy analysis, advocacy, and drafting, and then understanding how, again, we can rely on this kind of analysis to influence the development of policies. And this is an area that we interest ourselves in quite a lot. I am also a lawyer by profession, and I think this will be quite the platform for me to benefit from in terms of that. And then, of course, the mere fact that it's also the first of its kind, especially in terms of us being the first cohort, that makes it quite interesting as well. And I look forward to learning and unlearning from the rest of members of the academia. Thank you.
Thank you, David. My question to you is, after your fellowship with the academy, do you see this as something that you're going to be a part of, or you're going to directly engage with long term, like the whole internet governance ecosystem and the DNS and ICANN? I mean, we wouldn't want you to learn from it, use it in your work only for a while, and then, stop.
No, I think in the work that I do, in the work that we continue to do, it again, the discussions that we are going to, have on the understanding of DNS, internet governance, and then global, policy processes continue to form the core of the work that we do as an organization, the work that I do as an individual. So I think this is not work that is going to end as soon as our cohort, is done. I think ideally it is knowledge that I'm going to carry on. And I would definitely look forward to being part of any other DNS Academy, fellowships or any other work that might be around this. I think it's quite an interesting space that I think I could benefit from or even recommend to some other people to also be a part of. Yeah.
Thank you so much, David. Just as something to add to the fellows, I have posted the meeting dates and location in the group chat. We would like to see you both virtually or even physically as a part of these meetings. We know that, okay, for those who do not know, ICANN has a fellowship program for each and every meeting that there is. That means that if you're a part of that program, you get to attend the meeting physically. So this will actually better inform your work and also your understanding of the entire DNS ecosystem, because ICANN are the founders, the mothers, and the managers of the internet. Without them, the internet is dead. It trickles down to the local level. We are governed by UCC, but UCC is governed by ICANN. So I would actually be grateful and proud to see you, the fellows, and of course everyone else present on the call as a part of these meetings. You can mark your calendars, you can attend virtually, you can attend physically. And this is just the policy track. We also have the technical track coming soon for the technical experts, the people with a technical background or an IT background, be it networking, be it systems administration, which I myself will be a part of. But I'm very, very happy for the people that we have on board as the policy fellows. Each of them individually bring a whole wealth of expertise, and they are industry leaders in their line of work. Thank you so much for being with us. I'd like to introduce Cliff to say more about the fellowship. Cliff, are you on?
Yes, Sheila, I'm on. And let me just quickly open up the website itself. So could you please just give me 1 minute? I share my screen.
It's okay.
All right, thank you, Asia. Great insight. All right, I'm sharing my screen now. So if you go to academy.dnsforum.ug, you can see that there are currently 2 tracks. There is the policy track, which you are a part of, and the policy track right here and the technical track right here. And if you go to the policy track, it has full details of the program. There is the overview of the program. There is the curriculum. And just to get a quick overview of the curriculum, we have the foundations. We have the module 2 about stakeholder and policy onboarding, module 3, and then module 4. And if you go ahead and you subscribe, you start now, you will need to log in with your username and password. So you create an account and then you log in. For now, let me try logging in so that you see this whole process. So now if I go back to the courses and go here to enroll on the policy track, it will change your status and then you can be able to continue and then start off with the courses. Now, if you notice, there is already content that's already there, which is laid out with just a quick one. The keynote speaker is calling me, so let me just pause for a minute. All right, our keynote speaker is joining in a few minutes, about 3 minutes from now, so let me be quick. So if you look at this, the structure, it has the, every lesson has the introduction, overview, learning objectives, the key topics covered, and the ICANN LAN and ISO CLAN courses to be taken, plus the master classes. So this information is going to be updated constantly, but then also just so you know, just to give you a good foundation, we shall be starting off with touring the physical DNS infrastructure in Uganda. We'll go to the UGCCTLD, go to the UIXP and a few data centers in Uganda. So we shall schedule some time cross availability for all of you so that none of you gets to miss this engagement. So I will now go back to Sheila as I try to coordinate with the speaker for the day. Over to you, Sheila.
Thank you. Is the keynote speaker on the call yet?
I'm sending him the link to join.
Right. As we wait for him, I'm going to do a brief introduction about who our keynote speaker is. He is Dr. Adebunmi Adeola Kinbo. He's the founder and CEO of DNS Africa Media and Communications. And he is the founder and team lead for Community Net Hubs Africa and is on the board of trustees for the Africa ICT Foundation. He's also the leader of the Nigeria DNS Forum and is a member on the Nigeria Internet Registration Association community. Yeah. And he's also on the Pioneer Board of Trustees on the Nigeria Internet Registration Association, also known as NIRA, not to be confused for the Ugandan NIRA. And yeah, he's a sportsman, a research expert, and he is a poet. And we are more than honored to have him on the Uganda DNS Forum Academy. And not to mention, he is a former ICANN Fellow, and he is a recipient of the Paul Muchene Fellowship Award that is awarded to an African who is outstanding in the internet governance ecosystem. So it's 1 award recipient per year, and we are more than honored to have him with us. Let's give him a minute as he joins the call. Oh, I'm seeing he's on. Doctor, you are welcome. Kindly confirm if you can hear me.
Maybe as Doctor is setting up, I would like to point out one thing. One of the purposes of this fellowship is to increase engagement of the African community in the ICANN ecosystem, but then also to be able to have fellows emerge out of, ICANN fellows emerge out of the DNS, the Uganda DNS Forum Fellows. So that is the whole, one of the objectives of setting up this academy. Over to you, Sheila.
Thank you for that, Cliff. Is Doctor set up?
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My sincere apologies. I'm having some technical glitch here. So, Sheila, may I have the floor?
Yes, Doctor, the floor is all yours. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Once again, my apologies. I've been having technical glitches since morning, but I'm appreciative of the leadership of the Uganda DNS Academy and, of course, the convener of the Uganda DNS Forum. So on that note, I want to celebrate everyone in the room, colleagues, distinguished guests, and the visionary team at the Uganda DNS Forum, Mr. Motogeki Cliff Agaba. Thank you for the invitation. It is a profound honor to stand virtually with you today. Today is the International Day of Education. It is also the birth of the DNS Academy for Uganda. This is a second unique investment in Africa and the first in East Africa corridor. These events are not merely coincidental, they are symbiotic. We often speak of the internet as a global cloud or a web, but in reality, the internet is a physical and logical architecture. And at the very heart of that architecture is the domain name system, the DNS. If the internet is the world's most vital infrastructure, then the DNS is the compass that guides every single journey taken upon it. But the compass is only useful to those who know how to read it. That is why we are here today. And if I'm not mistaken, I heard when the convener, Motogeki, was mentioning to fellows that the consistency in programs like this is to strengthen the organization called ICANN. Moving forward, we must understand that we live in an area where cyber threats are no longer if, but when. We spend billions globally on encryption, firewalls, and DNSSEC. These are vital. However, the most sophisticated technical protocol in the world can be undone by a single uninformed decision. So, security is not just a technical product, it is a cultural practice. When we talk about education as a foundation for security, we are talking about building a human firewall. By training our technical professionals, our policymakers, and even our youth through the DNS Academy, we're ensuring that those who manage Uganda's digital namespace are not just users of technology, but guided with it. An educated DNS community understands how to mitigate DDoS attacks, how to prevent cache poisoning, and how to ensure that when a Ugandan citizen types a URL, they arrive exactly where they intended to go safely. Security begins in the classroom long before it reaches the server room. The second half of our theme today is inclusivity. And the inclusivity puts a dream or a theme, which is the consumers to the creators. For too long, the plumbing of the internet has been viewed as a mysterious black box managed by a few experts in distant lands. This lack of local knowledge creates a digital divide. True, inclusivity isn't just about giving someone a smartphone. It is also about giving them the knowledge to understand the system that makes that smartphone work. By localizing DNS expertise through this academy, Uganda is asserting its digital sovereignty. Inclusivity means that a young developer in Kampala, or a policymaker in Entebbe, and a student in Gulu all have the opportunity to understand how the internet directory works. It means we stop being mere consumers of global digital services and start becoming the architects of our own digital destiny. When we educate, we democratize. We ensure the internet doesn't just belong to this tech-savvy few, but to everyone. The launch of the DNS Academy is a bold statement, and it says that Uganda is actually very, very much ready to take the lead. To the policymakers here today in the room, your role is to create the environment where this knowledge can flourish. To the technical professionals, you are the mentors who will pass the torch. And to the youth, you are the innovators who will take the DNS into the next decade of decentralized and emerging technologies. The DNS Academy is more than a training center. It is a laboratory for resilience. It is a place where the next generation of African internet leaders will be forged. In closing, let us remember, the internet is only as strong as the people who build and maintain it. By investing in education today, we're ensuring a secure, inclusive, and prosperous digital Uganda for tomorrow. Congratulations to the Ugandan DNS Forum on this landmark initiative. I am eager to see the brilliant minds that will emerge from this academy. Thank you. I yield the mic to Sheila.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Doctor. I speak for everyone when I say that that was a very insightful session. And for anyone that would like to connect with him, I think you can find him on LinkedIn for more inspiration and knowledge from him. Thank you. Thank you so much, Doctor. Over to you, Cliff. You had some remarks to finish up before I can close the call.
Thank you so much, Sheila. And I am so much happy to see that this is kicking off. You know, sometimes getting things off the ground can be a bit of an uphill climb, but the fact that we are not doing this alone, we are doing it together, the team behind me, Sheila, Robert, and the team, makes it even much more lighter. It makes it feel like it's not a long journey. And just to emphasize, one of the beauty about building the internet is building it as a multi-stakeholder model. And you, each and every one of you, contribute to that. The internet is for everyone, and every one of us is is important in building it. Is important in seeing in making the internet work for them. And as we very well know, the DNS is the backbone of the internet, and without a backbone, none of us can really be able to work or do anything else. Yeah, so I want to close this by charging you to, first of all, thank you for taking this journey with us, and then also looking forward to the journey ahead that we have ahead. And yeah, wishing you a good journey ahead, and then also just to give you my promise that we shall walk this journey with you until the end of this fellowship. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cliff. And with that, I think we can call the meeting to a close. But before, Dr. Akinbo has posted his details in the chat for those that would like to talk to him after the meeting. You can kindly take a screenshot of that or connect with him on LinkedIn. But otherwise, if we have no other, do we have any other remarks from the fellows, from anyone else?
In the absence of any remarks, can I have 60 seconds of grace?
Yes, please, Doctor.
Mutugeki mentioned something about starting a thing, and I really want to appreciate him. You may not understand what he means by the fact that starting it is not an easy task. Yes, it is not. So once again, in these 60 seconds of grace that I have, please let's put it up to the convener of the Ugandan DNS Forum and the manager of the Ugandan DNS Academy. Mutugeki, well done, congratulations, and Godspeed. Godspeed.
Cliff, please receive your flowers.
Thank you so much.
And thank you so much to everyone for being here. We have kept time to the T. Thank you so much. And departure is at will. Have a great day. Have a great week. Thank you, everyone.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Cliff.
everyone.
Cliff.
Yes.
At Cliff.
Yes.
Shall we have a technical person to help us?
Yes. Actually, most of the technical things that you learn shall be broken down into layman's language.
Yes,
So
but I'm saying in terms of if I'm experiencing challenges with the platform.
yes, we shall have you reach out directly to Heise Robert through the email address academy.dnsforum.ug.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
So
Cliff, I think maybe we may need to have a call with the fellows and take them through the, or maybe let me have a call with you, Cliff, later on, and then we shall agree on how to engage the fellows more on how so